Hello, boys and girls. This is topic 1, lesson 4. It can be found on page 14. I want to go over a few things in this easy lesson. Again, this is a 4th and 5th grade review. Take a look. A decimal is a number that uses a decimal point and has one or more digits to the right of the decimal point. Okay? So we often think right there that that's the decimal. And we use it that way. It's actually the decimal point. And the rest of the numbers, beginning with the 7, that's actually the decimal. Okay? So look back at this word. This word deci actually means tenth, T-E-N-T-H, tenth. And all these numbers to the right side of the decimal point are based on tens, tenth, hundredth, thousandth, 10,000. Okay? So just technically speaking, even though you and I, we call this the decimal, this is actually the decimal point. The rest of the digits are the decimal. I want to take a look at a few of these. I want to look at, oops, sorry guys, right here. I want to look at decimals in expanded form. I also want to look at decimals in general. I'm going to switch to our other screen. Sorry. Let's go over to our journal real quick. I have some numbers. Notice that this simple decimal here is 7. This can be pronounced 2 different ways. 7 and 34 hundredths. You'll find that this year we also say 7.34. They're both acceptable. I want you to know that this decimal point, the first way I said it, that is the and, 7 and 34 hundredths. How did I know it was 34 hundredths? I look at this place value right here. That is in the hundredths place, hundredths. Notice that I want you to also start thinking when you see decimals, you're thinking of these 2 ways. This will come in useful for you later in the year. I think it's topics 5 through 9, we deal with fractions. So when you see decimals, you can also be thinking of these like this. And this could be reduced, but don't worry about reducing at this point. Do you see how these are the same? This is in the hundredths place, so that's why this is 7 and 34 hundredths. If we were to look at the number differently, let me rewrite the number. In your book, you're going to get some activities that say something like this. They'll say, what is the place value and the value of the underlined digit? Well, so you'd give 2 answers. That is in the tenths place, right? That's in the tenths place. And what is its value? 3/10, which can be written like that, or try it as a decimal. Since we're working with decimals, let's write them as decimals now. Save this one for later. I want you to know that it's the same thing. So on a problem like that, when they ask for you to give the value and the place value of the underlined digit, in that example here, you would say, well, that's the tenths. How many of them are there? There's 3/10. I want to look at one more thing here. Let's take this number here and put this in expanded form. Just like we've done with simple numbers without a decimal, we did it with exponents. Now let's do it with a decimal. So I look at this, this is in the tens. I could go like this. I will not use exponents. Isn't that 7 times 10? Plus 2 times 1 plus, I look at this. This is in the tenths place. I could come over here and go, this is 5 times 0.1. What would I get? I could spot check along the way. If I multiplied that, if I pulled that out and multiplied it, what would I have? 0.5, correct? There's 0.5 right there. Ready? So I'm going to continue. This one would be 8 times 0.08. 8, oops, sorry. This should be a 1. Sorry, why'd you let me make that mistake? So this is 0.01. If I were to multiply that, I better clean it up. So I'll test this one. So if I were to actually multiply that, right? Wouldn't I get 0.08? I would get 8 hundredths. And then I look back over there, and there's the 8 hundredths. And let's go one more. And I want to do this one. This is in the thousands place, right? Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, right? So then I come over here and I go 3 times point, continue. Did I get it right? That would get me 3 thousandths, what is being expressed over here. Sorry for the mistakes. Send me any questions that you might have. I think that's it on this video.